Trade cash for silver and gold. This is not financial advice. I'm going to explain how I do it once again. We got a warning from Jamie Dimon about the bond market as well. Are we about to enter a major crisis, my friends? I'll let you decide on that. I'm a little late for my first video. I'm going to explain why I'm late for that as well. Please like the video, thumbs up. Please share it. If you're not yet subscribed, come subscribe because we got the Pinbacks giveaway coming up on July 4th. I'm going to explain what's going to be given away as well. Look, getting silver and gold, you're not buying nothing, right? You're just converting it from this to this, or whatever other types of silver and gold you may want. All you're doing is converting. You're not buying a gosh darn thing. You're just converting. Remember, silver and gold are real money. I know a lot of you guys know this. And I know a lot of you females know this. It's the ones that in our family and our friends that think we're crazy. Well, let me ask you this. When the stuff hits the fan, they come knocking on that door. What are you going to do? After you've been warning them and warning them and warning them. Warning your friends about this. Look, Americans, I'm just going to pick on Americans right now. And I'm not talking about us stackers. Most Americans are asleep. They got no clue. They're worried about the next party for the 4th of July. How many fireworks they're going to purchase. Where they're going to go for the 4th of July. That's what the plans are now. Most schools are out of session for the year. Unless you're really up north. Like I used to live up north. We didn't get out of school until about mid-June. So they probably have a couple more weeks up further up north. Plans for the kids or something. That's what people are worrying about. The next holiday, the next big party. That is what people are worried about. They're not paying attention to what's going on. They're worried about the dollar only. And when it comes crashing down, what are people going to do? You know, what are really people going to do? You know, Jamie Dimon warns. I've been warning about this. Others have been warning about this. Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan Chase, warns a looming crisis in the U.S. bond market. He believes if the United States does not address its financial situation, the consequences could have a severe for both financial markets and the dollar standing worldwide. My friends, other countries are getting away from the bonds. They're getting away from the treasuries. They're going buying gold. They're buying gold. They're not buying it. They're converting it. I keep saying buying too. They're not buying nothing. They're converting it. We got to wake up more people. We just have to wake up more people. And I can't do it myself. I need your help. Share the video out. Put it on X. Put it on Facebook. Put it on any other social media platform you want to. Let's get this information out. Maybe, just maybe, we can catch 4 or 5 more people every time we do this. Share it out. We got to help everybody out there. But again, we can only help so many people in our own families. If you're the only stacker in your family, some of you have big families. You're not, don't want to say it this way, but you're not going to be able to help them all out. Right? You know, when it's gone, when silver and gold are gone from the store shelves, the online bullion dealers, what's going to happen? It can be gone within 72 hours. People laugh at that. Well, that's what happened back in March of 2023. Okay, it was a lot of it was gone. A lot of it you had to wait 6 to 8 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, depending on the product itself. Look, 90% silver was not attainable at all. It was, if it was out there, it was priced so high. And we got people melting it down. Again, we got to stop the melt campaign continues. Put that in the comments, please. Stop the melt. You know, it's not illegal to melt the stuff down, but this is our history. We try very hard at the shop that I work for not to melt any of it down. If it's slicked up, I'm going to be honest with you, yeah, we melt it down. But we try to sell it first. If it sits there in the bucket for a while, and I'm talking 2 or 3 weeks, and nobody's really touching this piece, and you get to know what coins have been in there for a while, we put it in another bucket out back. If somebody comes in and says, can you give me a good deal on it all? Yeah, we will give a good deal on it all. Absolutely. Ask your coin shops. If you're looking for silver weight, that might be the best way to go. Get the slicks. Get the calls. Stop the melt. You know, even you want to go that far with it. It's just, some of it's just too ugly to even try to push on somebody. You know, when it's really worn down and it's unrecognizable and it's really hard to see what coin it was, but you know it was a coin, you know, it comes to the point where, yeah, it's gotta be gone. You know, so that's the only time we melt 90% silver down. We melt down rounds when they're really toned up, milk spot bad, eagles, yes, we've done that. But a lot of times we just rather sell it to the customer if they want that type of material. You know, we would rather save it all. But there are times we can't save it all. And it stinks. But it's the cost of doing business as well. You know, but we do our best. You know, we probably sent off, you know, last year to the melter and all, and I'm talking ounces, probably over 550 ounces alone. All right, in silver, in gold, we probably did 40 something ounces, and this is just a rough guess. All right, we don't melt a lot down. We just don't. No, we got bullion dealer we can sell back to. We got other coin shops we can sell back to. We do everything we can at our shop to not melt anything down. But there are times you have to do it, and it is what it is there. Look, the bond market we know is in a mess. When you're converting silver from cash to silver or gold, we're not buying nothing, right? I've always said that. Think about it as a savings account, a long-term savings account. Don't buy more than you can chew off at one time. Don't convert. See, there I go with the buy again. Don't convert where you can chew off at more than one time. Just don't do it that way. Little by little, it does add up. We've talked about this on this channel as well. That's how I've done it, my friends. You've seen how I've done it. I just got 2 silver quarters. They are mixed in this pile right here. I don't know how this person made any money to do it, because I got the 2 silver quarters, $10 for free shipping. Shipping package had a label on from the post office. Cost this person $5.75 to ship these to me, and a nice bubble envelope, and never mind the eBay fees on top of that. How did this person make any money? At the end of the day, how did this person get anything out of these? Nothing. I mean, I don't know how they did it, but, you know, maybe they didn't realize it. But I didn't pay the shipping on it. When it comes to shipping on eBay, look, it don't matter if you're paying shipping. As long as the overall cost, the total cost, is the price you want to pay, the shipping don't mean nothing to me. The overall cost, for me, shipping shouldn't make a difference. Yeah, it's a little bit harder. It's harder to find deals. The deals are not there like they used to be. You gotta keep looking. And sometimes you gotta look several times a day. But, yeah, I get turned down a lot. It don't bother me if I get turned down 100 times, then I find a deal somewhere. 50 times I might find a deal somewhere. Maybe I can find 2 deals, go back, boom, 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 and I find deals back to back. It happens. You gotta keep looking. What a better place to buy your silver, gold, platinum from channel sponsor Pinbacks.com, my friends. A lot of times they got the lowest prices. We're doing a giveaway. July 4th. They have offered this channel a roll of silver quarters. That's going to be 40 silver quarters. Not here. They have not sent them yet. So there's $10 in face. I'm also including a Barbara Dime, 1910. A Standing Liberty quarter, 1927. Yes, it's readable date. 2 Franklin's halves, 2 walk-in halves, and 2 1964 Kennedy silver halves. 90%. All 90%. So in all, the winner will receive $13.35 in the giveaway. I'll be making the giveaway video about 10 days out before July 4th. Everybody will have plenty of time to sign up for the giveaway. If you're not yet subscribed, it'd be a good time to subscribe now. Because that'd be one of the rules you have to have, I'm going to have to make for the giveaway. You must be subscribed. It's free to subscribe. Everything is free on this channel. There's no membership for anything. Any of my videos never will be. So check out channel sponsor Pinbacks. Thank him in the comment section as well. Say thanks, Pinbacks. They deserve a lot of credit for what they have done for this channel and with the viewers. They kept the prices low. They kept their words of how they're going to help me with this channel, and they've done it 100% on this channel. Thank you, Pinbacks. Thank you to the viewer, because it's not possible without you as well. I want to show a coin real quick that a customer brought into me for his appreciation, that how much we do. And it's a 40% 1776 to 1976 proof half dollar 40%. I didn't have one of these. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I won't pay up for these. So I want to thank to that customer who brought this in for me. Nice gift. Didn't have one. And it's 40% silver, and he knows I love my 40% silver. So thank you very much to that customer out there as well. What else do I want to talk about? I want to talk about why I was a little bit late for my first morning video. Look, there's a lot of concern about silver and gold. I had a customer who has a friend who is educating their friends about silver and gold. He's talking to everybody he can about silver and gold. He's bringing some business our way. One of his friends is quite well off. And he said, you need to get your money out of the bank and start getting silver and gold. So this guy calls me up this morning. He says, I got my friend here. He says he wants to get a monster box of silver eagles and 4 ounces of gold. Is that something you can handle this week? I says, when do you want to handle it? I can handle it today. He says, shop's not open. I said, no, the shop is not open. But I said, I can make a special appearance at the shop and we can get the deal done today if that's what you want to do. I said, it's going to be cash to check. He says, well, it's going to be he says, I'll give you my check. And he says, I'll just take his bank check when he gets the bank check. I said, that's fine. I said, I know who you are. I don't know who your friend is, so I couldn't, we'd have to let the check clear before I let him have his silver and gold, but I can let you have it because I know who you are and I know where you live. He says, no problem. So we got the deal done. All right. If you only can find one person to talk to, just one. We got over 6,300 subscribers on this channel. That person finds one more, and the list goes on and on. We can wake more and more people up. No, they don't need to buy a whole bunch at one time. All right? They don't have to have a whole bunch at one time. Stacking small is the best way to go. All right? I've done it the same way. I even work in the coin shop. This is how I've done it, and I'm going to continue to do it this way. You know, it takes time to stack. It takes time. It's not something that happens overnight. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes a little bit of education, as many of you folks know. And I get the questions I get all the time. Should I stack this? Should I stack that? Let me tell you how I've done it. I stack what I like. Okay? I don't stack a lot of high preem silver. I just don't. Yeah, germanium mint. I got a couple boxes of these, all right? I got a good deal on them at the time, and they even worth a lot more now. Yeah, I stack some kookaburras every now and then. I'm glad I did get them at the time when I got them. Prices have gone up. You know, prices have gone up. I'm glad I got what I got when I got it. I know that didn't make a lot of sense when I just said that, but I am really glad I purchased this higher end silver when I did, because silver has gone up, the preem's gone up a little bit, and the preems are starting to tick up a little bit, my friends. Not much. They are starting to tick up a little bit on certain categories. Yes, we're still getting selling. Okay, we're still getting selling at the shop. A little bit more gold right now. Selling back. And, you know, it is what it is there. All right? People try and cash out for a profit, but a lot, you know, if you don't need to sell. If you're going to stick the cash back into the bank, that's, in my opinion, that's the craziest thing we can do. All right? If you have a plan for the cash, that's one thing. Hold on to your silver. Hold on to your gold. Use your coin shop as your bank. Meaning, I understand people are going to get that twisted. So what I mean by that, yes, you still need a bank account to pay your light bills and your mortgage and your car payments if you have it. Your everyday bills. I get that. What I am saying is the cash that you have in your savings account and been there for the last 6-7 months, yes, you need some cash on the saving on that side of things too. Why not put it into silver and gold? Why not convert it? Because when the banks crash and they have a bill in, they take all your money, what are people going to do? Yeah, they may not let that happen. I'm going to be perfectly clear with that. But if they all go down at the same exact time, they're going to have to print more and more and more of this, and it's going to be worth less and less and less. Folks, it's happening. It's happening right before our eyes. I done a video yesterday about 300 peace dollars. We talked about 1925, how people got paid, what the conversion rate is today from what people's average pay was in 1925 and today. The dollar has not kept up at all. It's lost value. Everything's costing more and more and more, but what's not lost value, and it's not really not gained any value, silver and gold have kept up with inflation. This has a face value of $0.25. The melt value right now is $5.98. $5.98. Okay? That's just one silver quarter. You go with a half, it's double that. You go with a dime, it's a little bit less than that. And that's the sandhill crane, my friends. I apologize. Let him chirp for a minute. He will be done in a minute. Chirping. That's a Florida sandhill crane that you just heard. So thank you, my friend, for talking on the video. I want to talk about the silver quarter for one more moment. $5.98. All right, that's what it melts for. We've seen them as high as $6 just recently, over $6. It's going to bounce around. It's going to bounce around. But what people don't realize, your dollar is really losing value every single day. Prices are going up. You know, with this inflation and with the tariffs, you know, people think, oh, this company should eat the tariffs. This company should eat some of the tariffs up and keep the costs low. Look, I kind of agree with that statement. But you got to put yourself in the business shoes. Your cost goes up. You have to raise your prices. You have to pass that cost on. You know, when I worked at Sears, I will say, I worked in the electronics department. I worked in the lawn and garden department. I also worked in the appliances when they needed me to work in the appliances department. TVs. There was hardly no profit for the stores at all for the TVs. 55-inch TV, the store would be lucky to make a $50 profit off that. Electronics is not a big profit margin for your stores. Your iPhones, your Android phones, there's not a big profit margin on those either. All right, they have to. That's what they want to sell you, all the attachments with the TVs, the attachments with your cell phones. Get a case, get an extra cord. You might want to get more. You might want to get a better pair of earbuds with it. That's where the stores make their money, off the attachments, the add-ons. Where the stores really make their money on is this stuff: fishing poles, clothing. That's where they make the money. Shoes, big profit margin in shoes. Okay, but when your cost goes up, even if it's a company like Walmart that makes billions of dollars every single year, you're still going to have to pass that cost on. Your mom and pop stores, your lower retail stores are going to have to pass this cost on. You know, we got a lot of theft right now. We paying for all that. If we didn't have all this theft around, prices would be lower to begin with. You know, I'm not defending Trump about the tariffs. I'm not praising him for the tariffs. I'm not praising Walmart or these companies are going to pass on the costs. Look, it is what it is. I don't like it. But as a business standpoint, as me working in the business, if our cost of silver and gold goes up, the premiums start going up, we have to pass that cost on to the customer as well. Profit margins in the coin shop business are so small. People think coin shops make a ton of money. The way we make a ton of money, we have to move a lot of inventory every single day that we're open. We have to move a lot of inventory. That's why we're willing to go in on a Sunday to help somebody out. After hours, before hours. To help people out. Because not everybody has the same schedule, for one. And sometimes they can't get into the shop during business hours. Sometimes they want a private sale going out the door. They don't want to see somebody locking out a monster box in 9 ounces of gold, 3 ounces of gold, whatever the case may be. That is what I'm talking about. That's the right way of doing business. To bend for the customer every step of the way. And it don't matter if it was 5 ounces of silver. I would have gone in there for 5 ounces of silver this morning. It's to help people out. That's the point of this. You know, I mean, yeah, prices are going up. And silver and gold are going to come along for the ride, my friends. And we're going to keep you posted what's going on in the silver and gold market. We got to watch the bond market very, very closely right now. We could see trouble brewing very, very soon. Keep an eye on it. And when the trouble does brew, people will be rushing back to silver and gold. And that happened in March of 2023. I really don't want to see that again. Because that was a nightmare from hell. I'll be honest with you. It was line out the door for hours in the morning. Had a little bit of downtime during lunchtime. Then right before we closed, it was an hour or two before we close, a line out the door again. I don't want to see that again. Help me out. If you're stacking now, let's educate the people now. Help me educate. Share the video out. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed, because we got the Pinbacks giveaway coming up. over 9 ounces of silver is going to be given away on this channel on July 4th. There'll be a fireworks for this channel for July 4th. We will catch you later this afternoon, my friends. Thank you for watching. CoinShop Chris is out.